Up or down? Up or down? I see a rebound and the indicator signals growth, moving up. If you want more analysis like this, check out my community. This video is created solely for educational purposes and is not financial advice. All financial actions are the personal responsibility of each individual. Before starting, make sure you understand the risks and are prepared for them. Hi, my name is Simon. When I was working as an employee, I often felt that the path to greater freedom always required something grand. Launching a business with full dedication or saving for many years hoping that investments would eventually pay off. These paths are real, but not for everyone. I wanted to understand if there's a way to start navigating market differently, calmly, without pressure, and without guessing blindly. Over 10 years of experience, I gradually developed an approach where you observe the logic of those who work with the market consciously, where you first understand why decisions are made, and only then, if you want, start to try applying their elements thoughtfully and at your own pace. This approach became the foundation of my community. Now we have people from different countries with varying experience, united by one thing, an interest in calmly and confidently understanding information. Some participants describe it as a format of engaged observation, where we watch how decisions are made and gradually begin to understand what lies behind them. One person recently wrote, "I didn't think I'd start understanding anything, but it turns out if you move step by step, it becomes clearer. All you need is a phone and a bit of attention, no complicated programs or setups. We analyze everything as it happens, what's going on, why, and what the options are. If you want, you can join. This is not a course or investment scheme. It's a format where I share my approach, how I think, what I pay attention to, how I analyze. Everything happens calmly with support. The link is in the description below this video or in the pinned comment. Take a look at how it works, and now I'll show you how I apply it in practice. Let's get started. I have the chart open, and that's enough to observe and think about what's happening and how market participants react. This is a calm process of observation and analysis. On the screen, you can see the chart slightly dropping to a point where reversals have happened before. This is a moment worth noting. I observe without emotional conclusions, just watching if the familiar pattern repeats. Sometimes it's enough to just look at your phone screen to realize that something in price behavior is starting to change. The key is not to rush, but to notice. The chart reached an area where things have changed before. The line color on the screen also changed. This might be a hint that the mood of market participants is shifting again. If important turns happen in similar situations before, this is a reason to pay attention, based on observation, not guessing. After the line moved up, the visual tool confirmed the same dynamic. It looked like a logical continuation of the movement already underway. When the chart behavior stays consistent, that's also information. Not a reason to act hastily, but an opportunity to compare and draw conclusions. The chart started moving in a zone where there was a lot of activity before. The line changed color again. It's clear that participants began making decisions more actively. In moments of uncertainty, it's important to look at the bigger picture, not just one element. That's when market logic shows itself. How do you like it? Any topic seems complicated until you see someone explain it in a human way. I created an environment where you can calmly understand the basics, like in school, not with formulas, but with examples and explanations. Every day I show how I approach analysis live and explain what I pay attention to. We discuss situations together, and gradually a lot becomes clearer. You don't need to know anything beforehand. If you want to try, the link is in the description below this video or in the pinned comment. Everything is open access. Shall we continue? The chart sharply changed direction, moving downward. The color on the screen also changed. This gave me a reason to note the situation is starting to turn. Not everything moves in a straight line. It's important not to miss such turns, especially when watching your phone screen live. After a short pause, the chart returned to a familiar point, the color changed again, and the situation reminded me of what happened before. Repeating situations don't guarantee results, but offer hints on how to think more calmly and confidently. The line began to drop again, and the tool showed changes. It looked like a return to the previous movement. If the chart goes where it went before, that's not a signal, but information worth looking at from a broader perspective. At this point, the price seemed stuck between two boundaries. When it rose to the upper one, the tool changed color again. This can be seen as a possible end of the growth phase. Sideways movement is interesting. It can be calm but holds a lot of meaning if observed carefully. During the pullback, the chart again approached the familiar zone where reversals occurred before. The color changed. It felt like behavior was starting to shift again. These moments are important not for predictions, but to train attentiveness. The market often repeats logic, not specific numbers. In conclusion, the chart again showed a familiar reaction from a level where there was activity before. The tool confirmed that the trend persists. It's important not just to observe, but to understand how one action leads to another. Everything I'm showing is not an instruction, but a reason to think. Remember, all market actions require attention. It's not magic, but a process you can understand if you watch calmly and always with risk in mind. You took the first step and maybe only now realize that trading can be different. Not loud, not confusing, not overwhelming, but accessible, logical, and calm. Now you have two paths ahead. One, to return to the usual routine. The other, to learn something new step by step, observing how others do it. In my community, you'll find exactly this format. We don't chase results. We create an environment where you can observe, ask questions, and try. There, you don't have to decide anything right away. You just join and see how close it feels to you. If you want to continue, the link is in the description below this video or in the pinned comment. I'll show you how we work with real examples. See you inside.